case may be. But today you got me in the kitchen. This is where I started, so this is where I'm coming back to. Today I'm gonna make some peach barbecue ribs, but before I get started, I definitely got to get my drink on. Today, I'm gonna do something with a little Absolute vodka, but this is apple flavor. I got a little agave, a little apple juice, and I got a little bit of seltzer water, and I've got some apple slices over here. So it's real simple, man. I'll slide that over real quick. So we're gonna do full shot of the vodka. This vodka is actually pretty good. We're gonna do a half a shot of the agave. We're gonna hit some of this apple juice, not too much though. And then we're gonna put a little bit of seltzer water for the fizz. Not too much though, because of course it's gonna explode if you do that. Then we're gonna actually put a couple of cubes of ice in here. Then we're gonna drop a couple of apple slices up in there. And bam. I don't know what to name it. Matter of fact, why don't y'all try this out and name it yourself? Tell me what it is. What up, man? I'm back. I told y'all I was gonna show y'all that recipe for them peach barbecue ribs. So real quick, let me show you everything that we're using so that you can see what we got. I'm gonna take this apple juice, I'm gonna inject it into these ribs. I'm doing two different types of ribs. I'm doing a St. Louis rib and I'm gonna do a baby back rib. Now this rub right here, anything you have in your kitchen you can make your rub out of. I'm actually gonna use these seasonings, garlic, some seasoning salt, another little seasoning and something else. Again, I'm not showing them because you can use whatever you have in your household. And I'm also gonna use some of this brown sugar in that. Now, in the peach barbecue ribs, it's simple. I'm gonna use peaches as my base. I'm gonna use some brown sugar, some apple cider vinegar, some Worcestershire, salt, pepper, some marjoram, some red chili powder, some molasses, some honey, some garlic, some ginger, and some butter, and some onions. That's gonna make it. I'm not gonna give you my real secret because I do throw something else up in here, but you can't have that. You do your own thing and you figure it out yourself. But once I'm finished, you know, I hope you guys enjoy me sitting here and doing this. But now I actually have to get down to actually making it. So we're gonna start with the ribs. Now with the ribs, the first thing we need to do is I have to move this stuff out of the way because we actually have to cook now. So now I'm fortunate that I bought these ribs and the membrane was already pulled pretty much out of this particular rib. But there's still a little bit left, so I'm gonna pull that out. Get rid of that. This is how you just pull it off, man. It's usually better when they're cold because it comes off a lot easier when they're cold. This baby back, yeah, it's got a membrane in it, so I can pull it out. Kind of hard sometimes to pull it out, but so you basically just gonna get rid of all this. You don't want none of this on there because this is pretty much why it takes so long for most people to cook ribs, to get them nice and tender, because they had the membrane still on there. We're just gonna get rid of all that. Put that to the side. So now I'm gonna inject these. So we're just gonna turn these over and inject some of this apple juice into them. And just go straight in from the side. We're just gonna inject between each rib. See the juice just fly? Juices is flying over there. We're just gonna put a little bit more in there. Up in there. And then we're gonna flip the St. Louis rib over. The same thing. And I'm going to slow cook these. That's the reason why I'm using apple juice, to keep them moist while I'm slow cooking. If I was fast cooking, I probably wouldn't even waste my time doing this. But I want to slow cook these ribs. I want them to stay nice and moist while I'm doing so. Alright. Now that that's done, and now the rub is going to be simple. I'm just going to use some regular dark cane sugar. It's about a cup of brown sugar. Then I'm going to use some garlic. Some of the soul seasoning that I'm using, like seasoning on. I got a couple other ones I'm gonna use. Again, man, what you do is you go in your cupboard, find what you got, and you mix your own rub. I don't mean no harm, but spending a bunch of money on rub doesn't make sense to me when all you gotta do is go into your cabinet and take a look around, because you probably got everything that they about to put in there. Now I'm gonna mix that up real quick. I'm using my finger because it's my food. And then we're gonna put this rub on these ribs. We'll just heavily sprinkle this rub on these ribs. Heavy, nice and heavy. Get a little close and see how much I'm actually putting on these. Basically, just pack it in. Turn them over and do the same thing on the other side. And knowing me, I'm going to put some more seasoning on the top again because it's going to start to come off because of the moisture. There we go. There we go. Now I'm putting back over. And again, put a little bit more on the top. And now, real quick, I'm going to go out. Get this grill ready and nice and hot. You guys should make sure that your grill is at a temperature of at least 250. All right, so now we got our grill hot. We're just gonna throw these ribs on there. I'm gonna put them face down. Now, while they're cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make that peach barbecue sauce, all right? All right, man, now that I got those ribs out there cooking on the grill, let me show you what's in the sauce again. We got apple juice, honey, molasses, red peppers, marjoram, salt, pepper, Worcestershire, apple cider, garlic, ginger, butter, brown sugar, dark brown sugar because it's the best for me, peaches, and some onions. Now I'm gonna chop all this up, get it ready, and then we're gonna make it pop. Okay, now that we got all our vegetables cut, we're gonna go ahead and build this up. Now here's the thing, normally it depends. Sometimes I would use canned peaches because it's easier to make them soften up. but I don't like all the corn syrup and all that stuff in the peaches, so that's why I do them the way I do them. Now we're going to start off with a little butter in the bottom of this pan. That's a lot of butter. I think I'm only going to use half of that stick of butter. You know what that do. Then we're going to grab these onions. Let them cook down. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my peaches in. I know peaches and onions don't sound good, but I guarantee you when I finish with this dish, it's gonna be the business. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stir this up. And then I'm gonna add the apple juice. And I'm going to use pretty much half of this particular container. And what we're going to do is we're going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to let it turn it down and let it simmer. So for now, I'm just going to let these again simmer, getting soft. It's going to take some time, so we'll be back. In the meantime, in between time, I'm actually going to go out and check those ribs on the grill. Alright, so the peaches are starting to soften up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and add everything to it and just let it continue to reduce down. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of ginger. Now most people would use powdered ginger, powdered garlic, and all that. Well, I'm going to use some powdered garlic, but for the most part, I'm going to use all fresh items. We got some honey here. We're going to put about that much. Somebody write me and tell me what that much is. I'll put some molasses, probably about 2 teaspoons of molasses. You see it starting to turn a little brown. Then we're going to add a couple dashes of red pepper, marjoram, just a little bit, a little salt, a little pepper, we do about 2 capfuls of the apple cider vinegar. It's starting to smell pretty good over here. We're going to take a Worcestershire. Actually, I have one of those open, so I'm going to drop some of that in there. It's about a good 2 teaspoons. And we're just going to keep stirring this. As you can see, it's starting to get a little color to it. Then we're going to add some ketchup. Now some people use tomato paste. I'm using ketchup because that's what I got in the house. Sometimes you gotta use what you have. Alright. Now Last thing we're gonna add is some brown sugar. I'm gonna do about a cup of brown sugar in this. It's about a cup. And then we're just gonna let this simmer. Now, of course, I gotta taste it to see if I got the flavors right. I haven't put in some things, but peaches is hitting. Now we're just gonna let this reduce. I'm gonna go out here and check on these ribs. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I actually got some corn out there on the grill as well. I'm gonna check on the corn. Then I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna put this sauce on those ribs, man, and we're gonna eat. Alright, so now it's pretty much down to what it needs to be. The peaches have pretty much melted down. Dig this, if the peaches don't melt down fast enough for you, you can always throw them in the Robo Coupe or your food processor and blend them down that way, then put it back together or put it back in the pan and let them continue to reduce. But the more they reduce, the thicker it'll get. So now we're just gonna sauce up those ribs and we're pretty much done. Alright, so it's gotten dark out here, but we're gonna put the sauce on these ribs. Let them sit out here for a couple minutes. Now here's the deal, if your sauce is too thin, it's okay to add some more tomato paste or some more ketchup to it to thicken it up a little bit. But me, myself, I'm not a real heavy fan of sauce, but I love this particular sauce. So we just put it on like that. You want to get a little closer to it. Over, sauce to the other side. Close that up. Let them cook for a couple minutes, and we're gonna come back, take them off the grill, and serve them. Smells so good. Yum. Alright, so now that we're done, we're gonna see what this tastes like. They're nice and juicy, as you can see. Just gonna put a couple on the plate. I'm gonna put a little bit more sauce on them. And there you have it. Corn on the cob, fresh off the grill, with beef barbecue ribs. And I'm gonna make me a little salad, garden salad or something to go with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be doing this again on a regular basis. Soon I'll have people coming in with me. We'll be sitting down having conversations in the whole nine. Again, it's your boy DjMorpheus, live 365 Healthy Music. Don't forget to check us out. Again, hit that website and let us know what you're thinking. Peace.